Hi everybody, it's Jo here. For those of you who might be joining me and this being your first video with me, I work as a school-based counsellor and my job is to help support children and young people. And whilst we're off school, I decided to start a few videos purely as a way of me being able to help the kids that I work with, or at least check in with them so they can still see me. And then I've realised actually over time that there's so many of you young people that are out there, and I suppose the audience that I'm trying to target is the audience of children and young people that might be struggling. And I'm really sorry if you are struggling, and there are charities and support networks out there, and I'll come to them at the end. So yeah, that's the reason that I wanted to do this video, and I'm just overwhelmed with how many views it's had, likes, and subscribers. You know, I never thought that I'd get, well, actually saying that, I thought my mum and my sister and Phil would subscribe, but I never thought that I'd have over 30, so I'm really overwhelmed. And I'm just really chuffed that if I can still reach out and help you guys, then that's not a bad thing to be doing during this time, is it? So each video has a different focus, and today I kind of just want to talk about mental health in general. I just want to see how you are, and at the end of every video I'm going to do a relaxation. So I'm going to keep the relaxation really kid-like and fun-like, purely because our minds might be so hectic and busy right now that almost doing something kid-like is quite easy compared to doing, you know, an adult relaxation where you've really got to think and try and be with it. So that's the plan for today. So my first question is, how are you? Now, if I could ask each and every one of you that question, I would. I genuinely would. And no matter how you're feeling today, I want you to know that this feeling isn't going to last forever, that there are people out there that are there to support you, and that the biggest thing that I need you to do is be honest. And I think during this, and I don't like using the term lockdown, but during this lockdown time, is that being at home is that you're at home with your thoughts. And for people that like to be busy and like to help all their friends and be the rescuer, is it can be quite overwhelming, I suppose. So yeah, we're in it together. So what I wanted to explain is, I haven't got a magic wand, told you about that one before, but I have got a ruler. Matches the top, that's quite impressive. What I'd like you to do is to imagine that our mental health is just like this ruler, and there are going to be experiences, there are going to be moments in our life where they're going to really push us. And when I'm talking about our mental health, I'm talking about the mental health just like our physical health. It's just as important. You know, it's so important to stay fit and healthy, but also it's really important to stay, you know, emotionally well as well. So what can happen sometimes with our emotional well-being and our mental health is that it can bend, and things can test us and try us. And as you can imagine, if I was to keep doing that, it would snap. And what we need to do in life is we need to be aware of A, when we're going like that, B, when we're like that, and C, if it was to snap. Kind of just being aware of how close you are to snapping. And I need you to know that this is okay. It's okay to do that. And I genuinely believe that sometimes, and you might not agree with me here, but if in life you've ever been to that point where you're going to break, you're going to snap, or maybe as if it feels as if you've hit rock bottom, stick with me here because it's going to sound really random. There's one thing that comes from it, and it's called empathy. And I'm a firm believer that every single human being has the ability to sympathise, and that's great. That's the cuddle of there, you'll be okay, you know, we'll be fine. And then there's empathy, which is where you have an ability to put yourself in that person's shoes. We can never say, oh, I know how you feel. That can't happen because we're not that person and we don't know how they feel. However, you'll have this ability to empathise and to realise that actually you know how hard it felt when you were at rock bottom, or when you were falling close to rock bottom, or when your ruler snapped or was bending so much that it nearly did snap. And last time I spoke about that stress bucket, and what I want you to do sometimes is we need to find ways for you to do that, which with that metaphor of the bucket is just literally kind of de-stressing and allowing that self-care and that self-awareness to actually allow itself. I had a colleague, Mr. F, who says, how did he say it? Self-care is being self-aware. And that's so true, is that only when you take time to look after yourself, then you'll be able to realise and kind of look after yourself and be aware of how you're feeling. But there's one thing that I don't want us to do during these times off school is, you're going to really dislike me saying this, I don't want you to get lazy, because life will resume. It will come back to normal, and you're going to have to get back into the normal school routine and doing your work and things like that. So whilst we're off school, I don't want you to get lazy. I want you to carry on with your schoolwork. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. Crikey, you guys aren't going to want to hear that, are you? But it's true. If it needs doing, it needs doing, I suppose. But staying active. You know, every morning me and Charlie Brown do that Joe Wicks 30-minute workout. It's really hard. You know, if you've ever wanted to get into, I'd like to say running, but I can't really say I do a lot of running. I like to jog. I like to go slow. But that time is now. If you're somebody that's got poor skin and always covers it up with makeup to hide that you know your poor skin, now's the time to wear no makeup and to let your skin breathe. You know, now is the time for you to look after yourself. Don't forget, you've got to stay connected with people. Don't just shut yourself away, because that really isn't going to help your mental health, because that will just create a feeling of loneliness, and that's not a very nice feeling. That's not a feeling that we want you to feel. I certainly don't want you to feel. So when you're at home and you're being tested by, you know, testing times by your annoying siblings that you'll love one day. My mum used to say to me and my sister, you'll be best friends when you're older. And me and my sister used to be like, no way. Guess who's my best friend? Yeah, sister. She's one of those best friends in my life. And I think the hardest thing is in your house maybe is that everybody is going to be really stressed and feeling, you know, those feelings of anxiety. And it's just you having to take a step back. Just kind of think to yourself, if you're in that situation where that conflict might be arising, is to just ask yourself, is it worth it? And to maybe take a step back. Because if there's anything that we need to do right now within your home, is it's almost to try and find this connection rather than conflict. Unless you can tell me that conflict actually helps you in your life, and I'd be really surprised if you was to say it did. And that's the hardest thing, is living in conflict isn't necessarily a good thing for anybody. So if you can help the situation, you know, by preventing an argument, by possibly being able to walk away, maybe ask, sometimes that doesn't help actually, because then it's, why are you walking away from me? But, you know, maybe just say to your parents or your carers, you know, I just need a minute, can I just walk away? Because it's just looking after yourself. And it's not just with anger and frustration, and it's also when we're feeling sad, and when maybe when there's that sense that nobody's understanding you, that, you know, you might feel these emotions come up. You know, again, it's just finding that connection at home. and not conflict. And plus, conflict doesn't help anybody. It really doesn't help anybody. So yeah, I can't believe the time. 10 minutes. God, you guys actually listen to this for like that period of time. Wow. Anyway, I'm going to do that relaxation now. But meantime, until I do my next video at the end of the week, stay active, stay in a routine, still try and find that routine. I think, you know, if you was, heaven forbid, to go to A&E and they said the waiting time is 4 hours, we're almost prepared for that 4 hours. And I think the hardest thing with this lockdown is that we're not too sure how long it's going to be for. But what we are is we're in it together, and I will carry on doing these videos. I just need you to kind of hold on in there. So stay active, get outside. If you do go outside for a walk or something like that, don't be on your phone. Enjoy it. You know, spring has sprung now. Really cold yesterday, mind you. But you know, just get some fresh air. Let your eyes kind of just look at nature. Listen to the birds. And it's really nice and quiet out there now. So just enjoy this time if you can. And if you can't, then just stick with me and we'll get through this together. I'll try my best anyway. I'm going to do that relaxation now. So stay tuned if you want to kind of do it with me. If you want to go, not a problem. I will see you later on this week. So with regards to the relaxation that I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to keep this one really fun-like, purely because I want you to just see if you can do it first of all. I'm going to cover up the screen purely because I'm not very good at reading, and at least you can try and just see if you can do it. So let me cover this up. Rolling pen. Okay. So whether you're male or female, I would like you to imagine that we're going to be Mary Poppins. So, nice deep breath in. Close your eyes. Be very still. And imagine that you are Mary Poppins and you can fly. You pick up your magic umbrella, you open it wide and you hold it up to the air. You close your fingers on the comfortable handle of the magic umbrella and you let the wind take you up, up into the air. Just allow yourself to hang freely from the umbrella. As you dangle in the air, allow your body to totally relax. Let your feet relax as they sway gently in the air and let your legs hang. Let all the tension melt away in your legs as you enjoy this feeling of floating in the air. Let your arms and shoulders be relaxed. Enjoy the wind brushing against your face, relaxing your eyes, your ears, your forehead, your cheeks and your mouth. You feel as free as a bird. Don't worry or think about anything else, but just enjoy this experience of flying. Inside you feel so confident. The more confident and relaxed you feel, the higher you can fly. You are so light and airborne that your arms will never tire. Sometimes the wind changes direction and you start to pick up speed and fly faster through the sky. It feels so exhilarating to be rushing and swooshing through the sky. Sometimes the wind dips and you drift down until it picks up again and sends you riding through the air at a brisk pace. Other times the wind drops and turns to a light breeze, allowing you to flow gently through the sky. The view is incredible of a town just below. It feels as if you are walking on air. And when you're ready, wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, have a stretch, open your eyes and say, I am feeling calm. I am feeling calm. How was that? At least, there's the hamsters going, at least you'll know whether you liked that or not. Now, if you didn't like that one, just go on YouTube. There are so many relaxation kind of stories and videos out there. Yeah, and I'll do another one next time. So at the end of each video, I'll do a relaxation one, and we'll do different stories. So I'm going to go because the hamsters are waking up and they're going to make squeaky noises. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you shortly in a few more days. Bye guys.